most helpful book ever published will teach everyone how nature creates people's personalities, including compatibility associated with personality in the business environment. What is the meaning of compatibility in business? Well, simply put, this is nature's way of determining our best relationships for us. It is the natural tendency to perform best with certain people or with people who are more compatible, easier to relate to, and tend to become the best friend, lover, or most trusted partner. You see, a compatibility pattern forms among the different personalities, indicating which people tend to relate the best to each other. These observed trends are permanent, natural occurring, which cause different people's personalities to have compatibility dominance among each other. While you can only try to minimize these tendencies, they remain permanent. Different personalities will perform best around certain personalities. Which people are more probable to get along with each other? Will a person perform better around certain people's personalities but perform less with others? To answer these questions, we need to focus on observations which form a pattern among the different personalities, tending to repeat and are profoundly noticed, standing out in people's personality observations. You see, nature is known to be associated with compatibility in many walks of life, and not only in personality but in other areas of life. For example, to name some, such as in the animal kingdom, where the large cat species are compatible in makeup, from the small house cat to the tiger, or in the insect world of the arachnids, consisting of the spider and tick, or any natural occurrence of compatibility to exist by nature. People's personalities are no exception. These compatibility tendencies are permanent, natural occurring, showing up among different personalities. While you can only observe them, they never vanish. Yes, this occurs even in personalities. Compatibility that anyone can observe for himself or herself, occur most often enough to consider it a reliable trend. The most helpful book ever published will identify compatibility for you found in different personalities you will read about, giving you the advantage of understanding the compatibility patterns of people. When you learn about the compatibility patterns of people's personalities, you will be able to predict how a person is most likely to function in relationships. To know which people's personalities perform better around certain people, and which people's personalities even perform better in the absence of life or in isolation. So what are these compatibility patterns? How can businesses apply them? You will realize that this observed trend appears because this tendency is a distinct natural occurrence in different personalities, indicating that particular personalities have the strongest compatibility with certain personalities. It occurs naturally and is consistent enough to occur most of the time as the best compatible pair. You will begin to recognize the compatibility within the different personalities. This will result in a better understanding of why some people can perform better to really hit it off with certain other personalities. This is a result of nature's limits observed in different personalities. Once you are aware of the compatibility patterns, this gives you the advantage of perfecting your life, which businesses can apply as well. For example, for all the groups of people's personalities, dating service industries could better serve their customers by using the compatibility pattern chart in the most helpful book ever published to match couples for successful relationships. In another example, for all the groups of people's personalities, product manufacturing industries of all types could recommend which products to match for the different personalities. By sorting products which appeal to the different groups of personalities, such as product applications used for gifts, manufacture promotional sample products, or wedding items, or for any product, sales are more likely to increase. You see, once you are aware of your compatibility, especially about the compatibility patterns you have yourself, you can embrace it, and help others to discover it as well, giving you the advantage of perfecting your life, especially in the business world. To really find what your best relationships are to be most fulfilling. Remember this, there is one observation that was found for sure: no matter whom you are, everyone has a desire for compatibility. This is a reality in life that nobody can escape. The most helpful book ever published will help everyone, and especially businesses, to recognize the different compatibility patterns which linger among people's personalities. This will result in a better understanding of what makes people stronger or weaker in their relationships with others in life, especially yourself. So why does everybody have these compatibility patterns? Thank goodness they exist. However, if you observe everyone more closely, even through the generations, you will notice them belonging to a certain group of people's personalities never going away. The compatibility patterns found among the different personalities are very special to bring us a better understanding of each other. So how can this great work of literature help everyone to learn more about people's personalities? The core or body of this exciting material contains 8 chapters which describe and uncover the unique ways of how nature shapes us in a special way that improves your comprehension of understanding personalities to the point that you really can read people like a book, and in a way like never before. This means you will understand why people act and behave the way they do with their unique habits all shaped by nature. You will learn about nature's personality factory that creates personalities similar to how an auto factory creates cars. 10 years went into writing this informative material. The official copyright was established and recorded in the United States in the year 2022. This is a very rare original work that can't be found anywhere else. The most helpful book ever published sets an example with the goal and desire to present a great work of quality material in a newly discovered science from the publishing industry to help others gain better health, wealth, and knowledge for a terrific future. This is a rare work that can't be found anywhere else. If you have a hobby or are a professional book collector or are thinking about starting a book collection, you can add value to your collection by collecting this first signature edition offered here. You don't have to read the whole book ever because you will only be reading the sections which pertain to you, as this will be explained with very easy comprehension to see that you won't be reading with much labor at all with mostly short readings. You only read what you need. This rare work of literature was written with the following strict guidelines which were more difficult than any doctor program at any university. First, it must be a new scientific discovery that no mind has ever touched. Second, it must be non-fiction. Third, it must receive an official registration of copyright by the United States government. This book is certainly very informative, and you will learn fascinating concepts to understand people better. This means no more struggling in your life trying to guess what you are good at, who your best companion is, or what career you're cut out for. The entire book is designed for easy comprehension and is very simple. In fact, you won't be reading this material with much labor at all with mostly short readings. Add the most helpful book ever published to your collection now. The entire book is designed for easy comprehension and is very simple. In fact, you won't be reading this material with much labor at all with mostly short readings. Add the most helpful book ever published to your collection now. P.S. Thomas W. Anti searches on Google and Yahoo quickly finds you, the most helpful book ever published.